The city of San Diego is paying $10 million to residents of this La Jolla condo complex after a sinkhole. I have more from residents who still can't go back home.
The city council just voted to repeal the 30-foot height limit known as Measure C. So what does that mean for the future of the Midway Rising project?
And 3 new beluga whales are here at SeaWorld. More on their story following a big move from Canada.
The Friar faithful hear from the Padres' new owners for the first time today.
This team doesn't give up, and this city doesn't give up, and we won't give up either.
We'll share more on their vision to lead the team to more than just a championship.
The city of San Diego is preparing to pay $10 million to a La Jolla condo complex and one condo owner to settle part of a lawsuit over a massive sinkhole. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel. People living in the complex were forced out of their homes when a failed city storm water pipe opened up the sinkhole more than 3 years ago. News 8's Alex Cheney joins us live with more on the settlement and the people still fighting the city in court. Alex?
Yeah, Anna, 3 years later, and here's what it looks like. The windows are still boarded up, and this building is still being fenced off. I spoke to neighbors and residents today who told me it's going to take a lot more than $10 million to get them home.
It was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, honestly.
For one man who lived here, it all started as simple as walking his dog. He noticed the sinkhole. Then came a knock at his door.
It was probably like 5 o'clock, and they were like, you have 3 hours to get out.
He was forced out, and he asked not to appear on camera because he's still suing the city. The massive sinkhole opened up here at the La Jolla Terrace condo complex in March of 2023 after a series of storms caused a city stormwater pipe to fail. But then, another pipe failed while crews were trying to fix the problem. The ground collapsed even more, leaving a sinkhole more than 80 feet long and 40 feet wide. And the damage spread to the condos. The ground shifted, foundations cracked, and some of the buildings actually moved. Residents were forced out, with the city moving some of them into the Residence Inn across the street. Now, more than 3 years later, they're still waiting to get back home. In 2024, the Homeowners Association and 7 condo owners filed claims against the city and the contractor hired to replace the pipe and stabilize the ground. And now, the city is agreeing to pay $10 million to settle part of that fight. But Pete Fraley, who lives next door, says don't expect a quick fix.
That's not going to cut it. It's just not enough to build, because they're going to have to rebuild 2 buildings here, and it's going to be a mess. That's what it's going to be, and I'm not looking forward to it.
This settlement only covers the Homeowners Association and 1 condo owner. The other owners and some renters are still suing. And that's because there's still a lot of money on the line to replace everything that was lost.
They're responsible up to like the drywall, and then we're responsible for all the stuff after that: cabinetry, fixtures, wall coverings, etc. So that's the money that we're trying to recover.
Now, I did reach out to the city attorney's office today, and they responded to me with no comment. The next steps for this settlement is that it will be brought up in the city council meeting tomorrow for approval, and then, if it is approved, be sent to the mayor's desk for his signature. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
All right, Alex, thank you. Mold concerns are now disrupting a second campus in the Poway Unified School District.
At Black Mountain Middle School, the district says a principal first reported visible mold in a classroom just days before school started. The rooms were cleaned, but a musty smell remained. The testing later found high spore levels in 6 rooms. 3 classes were moved last Friday, but parents say they were not told until Saturday night, 9 days after kids were already back on campus. The district has not responded to our request for an update.
Now, at the same time, across the district, Del Sur Elementary students finally started classes today at a temporary campus after mold issues delayed their school year by a week. We heard from one student today about how they're handling the changes.
I've been used to being at Del Sur my whole life, so I'm a bit worried, but I think it'll be okay.
Del Sur students are expected back on their home campus September 18th. As for Black Mountain Middle School, back to school night is Wednesday, and parents say they will have a lot of questions. An extremely hot day in our mountains and deserts, with the entire county in for a dangerous heat wave this week.
Meteorologist Sean Stiles is in for Carlene tonight with a first look at how high the heat is going to get and how much it's going to impact our week. Sean.
boy, I'll tell you what, it looks like pretty much all of San Diego County is going to be affected one way or another. As far as the extreme heat, well, you don't have to go far from the coastline to find it. Extreme heat warning from basically the I-15 corridor all the way into the deserts, and that extends into Imperial County, up into Orange County and Riverside County. And this is going to last through Friday. This isn't a 1 or a 2-day thing. This is all the way through Friday at 8 p.m. We have this heat advisory along the coastline, and that is also into Friday. So current temperatures, this is current. These are not the daytime highs. 90 in Escondido and Ramona, 93 in Campo, still over 100 degrees in the Borrego Springs area, and we're in the mid to upper 70s along the coastline. We are slightly cooler than we were yesterday at this time, so that's a little bit of relief, but don't get used to it because this heat wave is really just getting going, and by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, it's really going to get hot. In fact, daytime highs on Wednesday and Thursday across the inland microclimates will easily be into the upper 90s, low 100s in multiple locations. We'll have a look at your daytime highs coming up in just a bit, but boy, I gotta tell you, get ready for some very hot conditions out there.
All right, stay hydrated is the name of the game, Sean. Thank you. As always, you can get alerts on the go and an extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. You can stream it right now for free.
Today, the San Diego Humane Society joined state animal welfare leaders in Sacramento to call on California lawmakers to establish a Bureau of Companion Animal Welfare within the state. They're calling for a state agency that can track licensing, inspections, and complaints at animal organizations. Supporters say it would help address problems before they become crises. The push for oversight follows the rescue of more than 700 animals you might remember from Villa Chardonnay in Julian. Many of those animals injured or neglected. Under the proposal, licensing fees would help fund the new bureau. It's been a week since the California Energy Commission approved replacement tire regulations, and questions over affordability and the accessibility of tires remain.
News 8 State Matters political reporter Jenny Huss spoke with those in the tire business and has more.
Concerns over California's new replacement tire regulation continues, and we're hearing more from those in the tire business. They warn that it could be a matter of supply and demand if some tire manufacturers decide they don't want to produce California-specific tires.
The manufacturer themselves has to decide, hey, do I want to build a tire for California?
If not, that could mean that tire brand is no longer an option for California drivers.
Your price is going to go up because you're limited on what product you can buy.
Junior Tariq is the CEO of A1 Auto Tire and Wheel. Tariq buys tires from manufacturers all over the world and country, then resells them. Tariq says he strongly opposes California's new replacement tire regulation, which mandates all replacement tires sold for passenger vehicles and light-duty trucks in California to have the same fuel efficiency as the original tires with which you drive off the lot. The purpose, according to the California Energy Commission, which passed the regulation, it's to help you save on gas.
It is very, very hard to put that technology into every single tire that they want.
The mandate takes effect over time. Phase 1 is from 2029 to 2033. Phase 2 is 2033 and beyond. The CEC says about 30% of today's tires meet that future standard, but Tariq argues that's for Tier 1 and Tier 2 tires. Name brands like Michelin, Continental, Pirelli, and Yokohama, which can be unaffordable for the average driver.
It's like when you go buy any other product, obviously you have your name brands, and then you have lower end product that costs less.
But because this is a sweeping regulation, it affects cheaper off-brand tires too, and thus Californians already struggling most with affordability.
So in this case, we're taking that lower end product that costs less and raising the price on that product.
What are the major tire manufacturers saying? Michelin and Bridgestone are on board with the regulation. Goodyear and Dunlop are not.
We can all do it tomorrow. Will it accomplish the needs you have for your vehicle and your driving use? The answer is no.
Darren Thomas with Dunlop Tires North America says while the standard sounds good in theory, it may not be practical. He also says simply having the right tire pressure improves fuel efficiency.
You have the large manufacturers that can achieve it and potentially small manufacturers that cannot. You start creating things called monopolies and other things that are not good for Californians.
Meantime, the CEC maintains the new standard is intended to give Californians better performing tires while saving them money and offering choices across brands, models, and price points. Jenny Hutt, News 8.
All right, Jenny, thank you. A traffic impact alert tonight near Sorrento Valley. All lanes on the northbound 5 and 3 outside lanes on the northbound 805 will be closed tonight for paving. The impacted area is right there on your screen. The lanes will close in just a few hours at 9 p.m. They're set to reopen by 5 a.m. tomorrow. Signs will be up suggesting alternate routes. Businesses and people living near the closure can anticipate construction noise and loud lights while it's going on. The new owners are introducing themselves to the Friar faithful for the first time today.
Jose E. Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones bought a controlling share of the Padres valued at a record $3.9 billion. The sale was finalized last week, but today we heard from them about the legacy they want to share with the team.
Listen, I'm a lifelong baseball fan. I won't tell you which team I used to root for, but right now I root for the Padres, and we need to win the World Series. It's that simple. That's what we're going to do.
So many people think of a legacy as what you leave. I think of a legacy as what you live. So what that means is we need to constantly live, all of us. So the legacy, in addition to winning a World Series, and in fact, multiples, we got to get to one first. But the legacy that I anticipate we will be leaving and living is one where everything is elevated in San Diego, in the Baja communities, with the Padres organization, with the leadership, with the players, with the community, because again, it takes all of us.
That was just a small snippet of their conversation. We have the full news conference streaming right now on the CBS 8 app and our YouTube page. Worth checking out. And News 8's John Howard will have more coming up in sports.
They sold me.
They definitely have the energy.
Yeah, they do.
County leaders are starting a restoration project on a beloved community gathering spot.
We've got those details still ahead. Plus, animals rescued from a shuttered amusement park in Canada are now getting proper care here in San Diego after more than a 2,500-mile journey.
And the efforts to keep flames out of neighborhoods as a wildfire in Nevada forces tens of thousands to evacuate.